Okay, this is part something, I don't know, of my tutorial. Like 8, I guess, 9. And now is Mushroom after the revisit. There's only really one section of this stage that it's pretty hard. The beginning can be hard, but not too much. But the climb at the end can be. Okay, so you have all these shield guys in your way, these bats also. So you want to avoid all of them. So you do a full jump, and after you land, well, I guess I'll just cover the easy way first. Where you just stand on front of them, and before they raise their shield, you jump over them. Like stand front, jump high, and then jump over. That's like the easy way. Like that. During that time, you also want to be charging, so you can kill these bats in the way, or you can just dash under them and jump over this guy. And then this last one, this one doesn't stop. Like, he like stops for a little bit, but keeps moving instead of like opening. So the timing might be a little different. So yeah, you start charging. 1, 2, jump over that guy, and then you have one more shot for these two guys in front of this one, and then go over. And that's like the easy way. Yeah, like that. That's pretty easy. Like I said, you don't really need to kill those bats. You can dash under them and then use a lemon on that guy. But sometimes, like that one right there, they will go right when you go under them and trying to jump over this guy, they will hit you. And I don't know why, sometimes they don't. Like for example, that last one is the one that will usually hit you when you try to jump over. So killing them just mitigates a little bit of the RNG. But it's not necessary, you'll take one hit and then just keep going. A little bit more optimal is after the first full jump, you let go of right for a little bit. Like, so you do the one jump, then you go up a little bit, and then go right, and you can go over this first guy, just stopping a little bit. And after you go over the first one, you walk and then jump, and that'll get you over the second guy, instead of having to stop additional times. Like that. And then you also have the buster shots for those bats. The other guy doesn't really change. And for this last one, you also can avoid stopping, fully stopping, by walking a little bit and then trying to jump over. Like that, but you can get over him. As you can see, it can be the timing a little weird, but yeah, that's the other way you can do it. It's much easier to just stop in front of all of them and make sure you jump over them. It's not that huge of a deal. You also, after you jump over the last guy, is where I like to switch to fire, because we will be using it later. So I just use this dead time to have fire equipped. This teleporter, I mean, there's like a mini time save where if you land on the very edge, the game zips you in like that. It's just like a mini zip. So you can be coming from like here and then jump, and if you time your jump correctly, the game just zips you in and saves a little bit of frames. Okay, for this part, you wanna be charging when the screen is fading, because as soon as the screen goes black, you can already make inputs like that, even before X appears on screen. So you can move immediately, and you wanna be charging, because we are gonna use one shot to kill this guy and that guy. So shoot while going up. So the first shot kills this guy when it's still stuck to you, the buster shot, and then when it releases, it's high enough to kill this guy. And this is the second one, all those guys, the red guy on the wall, and there's two little ships that come attack you, all of those. Like that. That's pretty simple. Here you can just walk off and air dash here. You can jump and air dash. The fastest way is to make a tiny hop and make it all the way to the ground, like that. That's the fastest way. But what can happen is you grab this sledge here. So you have to go down. Just hold right and you'll make it. Whoops. The thing is, jumping and dashing inside here is faster than grabbing this wall, because it kills all your momentum. And also, if you go too low, you may kick from here and you re-grab the wall up there. So like here and then here again, and that's the this lowest outcome. Would you just mistime it so bad that that happens? So yeah, this is the fastest, going in immediately. You can just walk and slide. The air dash is the easiest and also is not that slow. This is the slowest. So this is the hard part. First I'll show like the most easy way and then a little bit more optimal. So when you get in, there's this red guy. You will manipulate him to go left, because when you get in, he goes right and he's in your way. So to manipulate him, you can grab this wall, like jump, grab this wall, wait. After you grab the wall, wait a little bit and then jump. Because if you go too fast, he will go to the right. So you have to hug the wall for a little bit and he will go left. And then you can go over him. I mean, he will not be in your way. Or you can wall kick from the right. And this one you have to do it fast. And that'll send them to the left. I don't know if there's any difference in time. Because this one sends you back, but the left one you have to hug the wall for a little bit, so it's probably the same. So yeah, after that, you can jump here over that flower, like from this wall over there. You can't hold right immediately. Oh, I guess you can. Unless you're too low. If you're too low, you will hit him. But if you gain height, I guess you can press right. That's nice. Or you can just kill it and then go. You can still just kill it and do this. But yeah, go over. Whoops. Yeah, if you miss the manip on that enemy, just use fire and that'll kill both of them. Like this, and then just go. So from there we go left, right, left, and then you have these two enemies. So we go from this wall to here, and then jump high enough. You have to jump high to spawn both of them, and you have to go inside enough to kill the both of them with the fire. If you go too low and you kill that guy, he respawns. Like this, you kill both, and then that guy respawns. Yeah, like that, and he's in your way. So you need to jump high enough to spawn him and make sure the camera doesn't go down, so he won't spawn again. Then from here to here, here to here, and after you use the fire at the bottom to kill those two enemies, you want to start charging. So, oh yeah, that's with a dash kick. So here you want to start charging. And from here you have two options, I guess. They're probably the same. When you get here, you can land. And to avoid the climbing animation on the ladder, you jump and release fire. About here, I guess. And that puts you over. Then you jump here, you do 1, 2, and again here. So you land, jump, fire, 1, 2, fire. This kick here, you want to make sure you make a full jump and neutral full jump, like that. Because if you move forward, that'll happen where you will hit this part. Or if you press right, you will hit this part right here. So here is, both of these are just full jumps. Full jumps, neutral. This one you have to press left, I guess. Oh yeah, jump, jump, and then fire. Because if not, that can happen. Yeah. And what I do, which I don't know, I think it may be slower, I don't know. Because I wall kick here. And then move forward to the position where I need to be and release the fire. So the difference is that here you have to jump, land, then jump again and go. And the other way you just go, but you have to do a wall kick here. So I don't think there's much of a difference. Now, because you do the wall kick here and go here, you don't land on the ground, you have to wall kick. So when you wall kick, you end up closer to the right than to the left. So instead of going here and doing this, you have to go to the right because it's closer. And again, the wall kick pretty much sets you up, so you do 1, 2, and then that's the same. Whoops. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it for that part. After this last fire, when you get here, those two enemies will activate. You can see at the very top there's two more, and those are not activated yet, but these ones will activate. So you have to be fast after you land here to go up. So after the climb, you wanna start charging. You need only 3 shots, I believe, maybe 4. I usually charge 4 for the last section of this climb. Okay, so here, start charging immediately. The fire puts you at the perfect position to jump from here, and so you can wall kick this wall without having to do any directional inputs, because the fire will put you here on this wall, and that lines up with this one. So that's why I kinda need to do this in one go. Oh, there. Okay, so this is the position, and you start charging. From here you can go again. The easy way will be just dash kick, then jump here, dash, and trying to make all these gap jumps. Jump here, dash in the ground, jump here, dash, and get up here. All while charging. That's like the easy way. And the other one involves, well, I should just show it later, but that's like the easy way. Whoops. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for that. And yeah, for this part you will usually have 3 or 4 shots. I believe 3 is enough, maybe even 2. So you can go fast enough to kill those 2 guys at the bottom, and that red guy that spawns on top. Just go by him, which is pretty tight. So what I recommend is just kill that guy and just fire to kill the red guy. Since you will have charge shots, just shoot one here and then a fire for that guy, and then you get to the top. So that's like the easy ways. Like that. That's just it's pretty easy to do it that way. Now it gets harder because of just more optimal movement right here. So the most optimal way to do this climb involves something I mentioned before in another part. When you walk, you can wall kick a ladder, and then from your jump land on the ground. And so we use that to go like that fast enough, so it's wall, floor, and then dash jump to go fast enough so we can get here and we can get by that enemy without having to manipulate him to go left, because since we are going so fast he follows us to this direction. This is a bad save state. Like that. Oh. God damn it. This is a bad save state. Oh yeah, I guess since this happened, when you do this dash jump here, you have to walk a little bit before you can jump, because you will hit your head with the corner. You have to walk a little bit and then jump. God damn it. Like that. This part's the same. This is also the same. And this also changes a little bit because we use the same principle of landing on the ground after the wall kick. Let me. Yeah, so we go after this jump here, we go left and right. Here, and then here we land on the ground. This one right here, yeah, we go from left to right, but yes, that can happen where you land on the ground, and that actually makes it a little bit tighter to get this gap. That's something that can happen and will happen. but that's this section. It's faster because it eliminates all the down ground dashes and the walking that you may have to do. And then after that you just go okay, so as I said, here you have the buster shots. I go, as you saw, I go from here to the very bottom of this wall, and then wall jump here. I mean, sorry, I wall kick from here to here all the way, and that sets me up so I can do that movement from left to right to left, and then I get to this part with dash speed, like that. So yeah, I will go from here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. A little bit different is jump from the right wall at the bottom of this section, and you just do one kick and you get here, so that you go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't really matter which one you do. Then you go the 1, 2, 3. Oops, yeah, that can happen, I guess. You can grab the ladder. And this is where you can get by this enemy. Since you get here with dash speed, you can go fast enough to grab this wall, this one. Even if you kill the flower, you have to grab this one and then wall kick to this one right here. If you go like this, the enemy will hit you. So you wanna go fast enough, and you only need 2 charges. One there, and I killed this guy just in case. You should be able to go fast enough to where you don't need it. Like that. But it's much safer to just kill him. I know that's another way you can do it. I think that's just dumb. So a different way, which is that one, which in my opinion is just dumb. So you kill the flower, right? And I said in the dragon part that the hitbox of your buster is kinda huge. So you can shoot while you wall kick here, and if the enemy is close enough to you, he will die because of your wall kick here, going like this. He will get close enough to you so that he will die. And I think that's just risky for no reason when you can jump here without any issue, because the flower is dead, and then go here and avoid him every time. And also when you wall kick here, the game automatically just turns you over, so you can shoot and never miss. So yeah, that's something you can do. I don't recommend it, but Johnny does that one, so shoutouts to Johnny, I guess. I'll try to do that one more time because it's dumb. Oops. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's just dumb, in my opinion. Yeah, just do that. And at the very end of this climb, and also at the beginning of this climb, like the past screen, when you have these transitions sections like this, in order for you to get to the other section, you have to be at the bottom. So if you jump here, you just have to wait for X to land on the ground, which of course is slow. So you can just dash, or ideally just do a short hop, since you get from like here, and then do a short hop up and get to the other side. So during the climb we used 2 short shots on fire and 1 small, so you have enough to for 1 charged fire. So from here just do full jumps, 1, 2, and we have this mini boss. We're going to skip it, and the way we skip it is we use fire to get a ton of height. You have to jump and release fire, so you get a lot of height, and then use Nova, and that'll put X over the trigger for the camera to lock, because if you go to the boss, the camera locks and you can't move from here, right? You can escape. But if you go jump, fire, and then Nova, you can see that the camera doesn't lock. And then when his health bar fills, you can just go right through him. Or you can play with him, I don't know. If you go too far to the right, it locks. So yeah, don't do that, I don't know. But yeah, it's fire, Nova, and skip. Now, something that has happened to me. If you run out of fire, like you don't have fire, you can just web. Should web, wall kick, and then Nova. And that'll also make it the skip happen. Let's say you wasted Nova because you pressed R2 by accident. You can use fire in an air dash, but it's much tighter. So if you have to do it this way, I recommend getting as much height as you can on this platform, and then also make sure you don't release fire too early, just to make the skip not so risky, because you can, as you saw, do it like that and still get over the trigger, despite how far right X is right now. But just to make sure nothing happens, make sure to gain enough horizontal position before doing it. Well, that time I missed. Also try to do it without losing height. Yeah, that's also another way. You can also hover. You can hover that, yeah. Again, the other way is just this and Nova. I heard some people say you could use web in an air dash. I am not able to do it, like, at all, no matter what I try. So yeah, I don't know. Apparently you can, I can't, so have that in mind. And this is another transition to the second half of this stage, where you have to be at the bottom for X to go. After the skip you can do just 2 full jumps and you'll make it here, and with the other one you'll make it here. And yeah, that's about it. Do I? Yes, I do. So I'll show my pre-recorded first part of Mushroom, and then I'll get to part 2, which is significantly easier. Okay, so second part, it's pretty easy. You wanna equip Twin Slasher and just jump and match, basically. You have these little enemies, which I will show, but after that, just jump and match this weapon. Like that's this entire section, like that, and you can also sip there. So yeah, what I do here is 1, 1, 1, 2, and then a green shot. Dash under this guy, kill this one at the bottom with a green shot, and then you can go over him, and then you can just smash it, this section. So go 1, 2, like that, but kill him. Well, it's not working now for whatever reason. Okay, it's not working, I don't know why. Yeah, like that. Then dash under the last two and keep going. If you don't want to like use that buster shot, if you do a tiny hop after you kill all those wheel guys, that will usually manipulate this enemy to spawn higher, so you can dash under both of them. Like 1, 2, 1, 2, hop and dash under them. Sometimes it still spawns low enough to where it will hit you, but like that. I'm pretty sure that's just a mistake on the jump, but it's still pretty consistent. I prefer to just jump over him though and kill him. If you get hit, you can just keep going. Use your iframes to go over those enemies, and that's it. And then just keep going. For the hearts, pretty easy. Jump on top of this, that guy will fall, wall kick and get it. If you miss it, you can back it up with a pretty quick wall kick. It has to be at the very bottom of this, and you can wall kick there. You can also, I don't know, use a web. Oh, that guy. And go there, maybe here. And go like that. But yeah, that's it. This section just go forward. There's only one part here. For whatever reason, I always, if I move badly, I grab this wall right here, the one above me. And it usually messes up my timing, and sometimes I die because I get crushed by... I grab this, then I lose my momentum and get crushed like here, or something like that. So yeah, you may grab one ledge and lose your momentum and just mess up your timing. When that happens, just make sure you are in the correct position you wanna be by walking a little bit and then jumping. One last thing, if you're too fast here, you can exactly that. You can clip and die if you're too fast. So just to make sure that doesn't happen, wait until you see enough space for X to be there. It's kind of rare to happen, actually. I'm happy I got the first try, but it's kind of rare for that to happen. But it can happen, so, so yeah, make sure you don't do it. Oh yeah, like that can happen. After that, there's another scroller. You can do whatever you want. Like, it's pretty short. There's not a lot going on. Just one section where you will need a charge fire. That's all there is. Right here. So we skip this last section by going on top of this, using fire, and then air dashing to this platform. And that gives you enough time to get to the bus door without before the elevator arrives. So you basically skip this little section, saving a little bit of time. But the bigger thing is you can get into the bus door without triggering the boss. So you can start the fight on the left, because if I go up, I start the fight right here. But by skipping this, I can go and then climb, so I can get to the boss door, to the boss fight room, and I am behind the boss now. The skip is pretty simple. You can literally just walk to get it. Like, it's extremely easy. And since you have to wait for the elevator either way, it doesn't matter if you walk. Like, as long as you get behind the boss, it doesn't matter what you do here. So this is like the easiest way, just walk. But then you have to be faster in this section. But you have plenty of time. What I do is just damage boost and then go. Careful, if you roll too much and go down, you will die. But yeah, this is what I do. Something interesting is if you die, if you die to the boss after skipping, the textures get all bugged out. So that's fun. And because you skipped the section before the boss, you actually missed a checkpoint, because the room before the boss is a checkpoint. If you die, you spawn there. Since we skipped it, this happens and we lost the checkpoint. So the boss fight, there's two ways to do this. Well, technically four, but two of them are the slower version of the faster strats. The boss is, again, there's two ways. There's no RNG on this fight, and there's two ways to do the fight. The easy way is just use his weakness and Nova. Use weakness, deactivate, web, Nova, and then just spam his weakness, just stun locks him for the entirety of the fight. Oops. This is the easiest way. People used to do web, then Nova, and then web. That's slightly slower, because that way you get, in the first part of the fight, you get this animation of the weakness more times, because when you hit him, he does that, but if you hit him when he jumps, he doesn't, like after he lands. So that's why we do one, deactivate, and then use the second web, so it doesn't trigger that animation, and then use Nova again to avoid that animation, and it's a little bit faster than using Nova to do the second hit as opposed to the third. and then just there's left and right. This is the fight. So yeah, that is the easy way to do it. And that's probably enough, because the faster way saves like 2.5 seconds, I believe, maybe 3. And if you mess it up, it loses quite a bit. So this is what I recommend to most people. The other way involves charging Buster before the fight starts, so you have 4 Busters. And you wanna hit him with 6. There, I missed one, and then the 6 right before he goes up. So you wanna hit him with 6, and when he's up here, the web will not trigger the animation. So we use that by shooting a web, deactivating with Nova, and then shooting again. Twice. When he's on top. So I missed, but we go like, whoops, like this. One, another one, and then another one. And that's the most optimal way. It's been a while since I've done it. It's pretty tight. That hit on the soul body he throws at you, it's on purpose. You get hit by it so you can maintain your position in the wall without dropping lower. So you can shoot another web and then go back to the wall and shoot again. And then you go and deactivate the last one before he splits in 2 and goes at the bottom. Oh, whoops. What else do I have to mention? Oh yeah, the Buster shots at the beginning are pretty tight. You have to shoot while he's in iframes, so you can get the charge for the last one. Then you activate that one and go here. That is the fastest way to do that fight. You can hit him from the bottom, like that. You do not need to wall kick to go like this and shoot, but it helps me with the timing. But you can go like that. So yeah, I do the wall kick because it helps me with timing, but it's not necessary at all. And yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, one last thing. Sometimes at the very first hit, now it didn't happen, let's see. Sometimes at the very first hit he will like create that purple smoke, and if you go into it, it will hit you and ruin the fight. Like that. That can happen, and it has happened to me before. To avoid it, you have to just stand still after the first shot. I mean, you can jump as long as you don't go right. You will not get hit by it. Oh yeah, the first web destroys one of the soul bodies that go and try to hit you. The timing of the fight is pretty specific, and everything just works in harmony, I guess, with everything else. So this is pretty hard to get consistent if you are learning. There is a variation where in the last one, instead of going to the wall, you just wall kick and drop here. It's a little bit slower because you have to wait for the web to hit mushroom again. But I'd say it's easier, but the beginning part, the buster, is still the same, which in my opinion is the hardest part of doing this. Yeah, that you have to wait for the web, so it's a little bit slower than the other way. Oh, and that can happen, you can miss a charge, and if you miss one thing on this fight, it usually breaks even with using the weakness of the boss. So unless you can do this fight optimally 90% of the time, if not 100% of the time, you shouldn't do this fight at all. It's pretty risky, and I'd say it's low risk, low reward, because if you miss, you can just go to using his weakness. Like, let's say I use 1, 2, and this one goes into iframes, like, oh no, then just back that up and go to this one and go Nova and then go back to the old strat. So you can back it up, but when you miss, it ends up being just slower than using his weakness all the time. But yeah, I think that's it for this part. Yeah, I missed something. Now I can't back it up because he went up, and then I got hit also. So yeah, this is much slower than just using his weakness. So learn it at your own risk, but it is pretty risky. And now there's only one more 8 map. There's one more Maverick of the 8 maps, which is Cyber Peacock. And this should be much simpler than other stages. It's pretty linear. So yeah, until the next part.